everybody. So today I got to see the latest animated film from Sony Animation, and it was called The Star. And this movie had an atrocious marketing campaign. The trailer looked awful. And I have to say, the movie wasn't awful, but it was pretty bad. It's definitely one of the lower, worst animated. I'm having a hard time justifying that it's better than Boss Baby, which I really didn't like. But it wasn't very good. I guess, so the positives, let me talk about positives. The positives of The Star is the Mary and Joseph were really good. You had Gina Rodriguez as Mary, and you had Zachary Levi as Joseph. Both of them I like, and they did a good job with their roles. I thought that their parts were actually written pretty well. I thought that they're pretty true to the scripture, actually. They were good, but they're not in the movie that much. Most of it is this donkey named Bo and his sidekicks. There's this dove and this sheep, and it's just basically like a road trip movie, and it was honestly pretty boring. It's the humor didn't work for me really at all. I didn't think it was funny. I mean, I've had way funnier jokes watching VeggieTales. It was all the stuff. I didn't really like any of the stuff with the animals, which is probably 80% of this movie. I found it all pretty cringy and just sort of, it was all very tired. There's this there's the former owner of Bo, who's chasing them down like a madman. And so a lot of it is this chase, them being chased and shenanigans that they get into, and then every once in a while you go back to Mary and Joseph and it will get good again. And I don't know, I just was pretty boring. And I really thought, aside from those two, Mary and Joseph, I thought that all of the voice work felt way too modern to me. It felt too hip and cool and whatever, and it just didn't really work for me. Even somebody like Oprah Winfrey is one of the camels, and none of those jokes between the camels. It's Keegan-Michael Key, and I don't know why they keep casting him, because I don't think he's a very good voice talent, to be honest. I haven't really liked him in anything that I've seen as far as voice talent. And so yeah, and I can't remember who the other camel is, but none of their jokes really worked. It kind of reminded me of Brother Bear, which not a very good movie, but the Moose and Brother Bear. Just not that funny. And yeah, it just became kind of boring. I was like, oh, when's it gonna be over? I'm tired. And but then it would have a few sweet sections with Mary and Joseph that would be oh, okay, this is pretty good. And the animation is fine. It's not great CG animation, but it's fine. And the music was actually really good. I might actually buy the soundtrack because the music was really good. I guess a lot of it is Mariah Carey. It's very well sung, and it's not too, it's pretty reverent, I would say, the music, even though it is poppy. But I don't know, I liked it. I thought it worked. They had some of my favorite songs in there, Breath of Heaven was really nice. They had A Holy Night. They had just a bunch of very pretty songs. And I'd say that the scenes where Joseph gets his calling and Mary gets her calling, and even the birth, the actual nativity scene is pretty good. Of course, they jump away from it with more chasing the donkey around. I was like, oh, why is this more? It's so boring. And so I don't know. It's pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But I don't know, I guess if you are looking for something around the holidays about Jesus, I don't know. If this was direct to DVD, I might be a little bit kinder to it. But there's just so many other better movies for the holidays that you can show your kids. Even the Rankin Bass, I tweeted about Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey. I think that's a lot better than this. And it's only half hour, so it's not as boring as this. And I think the problem with the nativity story is that it's really just people going to Bethlehem, and it's really exciting when they get their calling. That's an important scene. And then of course the birth is very important, but most of it is just kind of them walking, and it's not that exciting. So it's actually kind of, it seems like it should be such a great place to tell stories and stuff, like such a monumental event in life, in the history of everything. But in reality, when you really break down to its parts, it's really not all that exciting. And so I think that's part of the problem. But just all the animal stuff, I wish they'd just gotten rid of it all and just told Mary and Joseph's story. It would have been so much better. But I guess they were trying to appeal to kids and stuff. And maybe kids will like it. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old woman. I don't know. But if any of you guys see it and you see it with your kids, let me know what they think. I'd be curious to know. So there you go. That's sort of my review. I think I'd give it a C minus, yeah, for The Star. And yeah, I'd have to give it a frown worthy. But it's not like an emoji movie or something like that. But I don't know. It just wasn't very good. So that's my thoughts on The Star. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.